Yes, this show.
We're recording a podcast. We're live. Fuck. Let's just do an intro and get this over with.
As I shove a razor in my cunt.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, dark territory. Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Here we go.
Meet Raph Hanks, a wunderkind. Once the most successful campaign manager of his generation. Now, Raph finds himself in a valley of booze and regret. One filled with bad choices and even worse polling. He's about to embark on a misguided road to redemption. And on his way back to the top, he'll have to take a dark detour through the Twilight Zone.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW 391. God damn, I couldn't find the number. TZ2019's, the Wunderkind REDUX. I'm Phoenix West.
Dick it.
Aren't you inspired by the music?
I hate this show so much. I hate it so much.
I will say this. Second time watching this episode, a lot better than the first time around.
I'll be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it still was stupid. I was just this would never happen. Even in the Twilight Zone, this would not happen.
The first time around really pissed me off because it was one after another of the political stuff. And this is clearly their Donald Trump episode, but since we're a little bit removed from Donald Trump, it wasn't as obnoxious.
Yeah, I think like the little digs, like the ice cream thing was a dig. The whole but that's about it. The rest of it was just really just a kid being president who's just a brat. And that's what I took from it. I didn't really take I thought it would be way more Trumpy, and in some places it was, but it wasn't that bad. So I'll give him that. It just was annoying. The episode was just stupid because there's no fucking way on earth in any reality, fictional, this is fiction. I get it. No general would say, "Are you questioning an 11-year-old boy who's the president?" And I completely agree with everything he says. And if you don't like it, it's treason. It's like, what? He's 11.
Yeah, there's a little bit of it's like we missed the part where he hypnotized him.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, and then he tries to talk to the mother, like saying, like, "Well, you got to intervene with this kid because he's a brat." And, "Oh, I can't do that. He's my more than anything. I think it's like it's a commentary on helicopter parents, like how parents are awful with kids and they let them have whatever they want, and it's like they don't teach them discipline, they don't teach them, like, everything he does is awful, and he's just an awful little shit. And I don't think
it's not his fault,
right? And I don't think the American, like, when they talk to, like, this is like the end of the episode when I'm talking, like, they're talking to the people saying, like, when Raph Hanks, which is the stupidest name I've ever heard in the show, Raph Hanks,
the Wunderkind at age 43 or however old he is.
Yeah, what? I thought the Wunderkind was about the kid. And they're playing on words, I guess.
Because when what's her name from Fargo goes, the Wunderkind and the Wunderkind.
Right, Fargo TV show, mind you.
Yes.
Because I got confused there for a minute. I was thinking Francis McDormand.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, he's a Wunderkind there.
I don't know about your police work there, Lou.
Well, no,
those are dealer plates.
He's a little brat, Lou.
Oh, yeah? That's all Lou says.
And I think, and then when he says gun and they shoot him, I was just like, this is so fucking stupid.
It's like they try to be like the hyperized version of following this lunatic.
Yeah.
Because I will say part of what I appreciated was more that it wasn't just a bratty kid. He's trying to act like a bratty kid. He's actually like a dangerous psychopath.
Right, yeah.
It turns out he masterminded the dog dying so that he could get Rob back. And like he was planning this the whole time. And he's going to keep his campaign promises, but also like shit's getting real, and it's so ridiculous. That's why he says hyperized. Like, none of this would possibly happen.
No, it would never. Obviously, it would never happen. But I just the attitude of just like, people are stupid. Yeah, they're stupid, but they're still not going to elect an 11-year-old boy who does Fortnite videos on YouTube. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And even if he was president, even if in this case, what we're watching, he's not even president.
No.
His mom is.
Right.
So.
And Congress would be the first ones to say no to everything you asked us to do. So that would not happen.
I think Jordan Peele's interest should have been, imagine a world without checks and balances.
Right. Dad should have now. Or all of the law changed where anybody can be nominated for anything. So they just let children vote. So children would vote for children. And so that could have been the episode. It's like the House Speaker is an 8-year-old boy. It's like he's a genius kid from Malawi or something. And then like you have like the head of the House, because all like they're their own independent faction. They're not even Republican or Democrat. It's just people get sick of the parties. It's the children party. And so they nominate, let's go for the freshest minds possible because we're sick of old people's minds. Their decisions are terrible. Yeah. And they vote for the young kids who are just stupid. And that's the big, he's like, because that's what they're trying to do now. Like youth, like trying to make a statement like how everything at 8. It's like, no, you have to grow up and be an adult and learn things. You can't be given these responsibilities at like 10 to decide anything. You need to grow and understand what life is. And this is like throwing people into the fire before they have a chance to do anything. I think that'd be more interesting than what they did in this episode. But then again, this was on the surface level Trumpian attack, and that's what it was on the surface.
Yeah, the surface, but the problem is you could tell that was the genesis for the episode.
Yeah.
Trump's a big baby. Oh,
big
wouldn't it be funny if he did a literal baby,
literal child, right? Yeah, spoiled child. Yeah,
and I couldn't get past that fact the first time I watched it, and that's why I gave it a 3. This time around, I'm actually bumping it up to like a 4, maybe a 5, because I didn't hate it.
I'll give it a 4. I think it's a 4. I didn't. I wasn't as mad. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
No.
Where I was just like, it's whatever. It's just stupid. It's just like this would never happen. I'm taking out of the show because it's just like, eh. And the kid is so aggravating. If I was a Secret Service, I would have put a bullet in his head. Like any adult in that room would have killed him. It's just the way it would have been in reality because he's so obnoxious and so irritating.
Yeah, I like John Cho in it. There are some things I don't like. I don't like how he's like quickly goes to the booze and then he's talking shit about him like that's his life. But I guess it's been 4 years because there's another election coming, so it kind of makes sense.
That's why I realized. I was like, oh, because I was thinking this was just going to be. I didn't realize that he was going to be with John Larroquette. John Larroquette's in the show for like 2 seconds.
I was going to bring that up. My camera came unplugged something.
So weird that John Larroquette shows up only to be like, "You fucked me, and he's gone. He's off the show.
He says "fuck" like 60 times in 30 seconds.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like John Larroquette. The second time, I had to watch it on my phone because I had to watch it last night after everyone went to bed, and my TV remote died. And in this day and age, that's just it for your TV.
Wait, I thought you had like a battery pack. Does it have batteries to put in there?
No, the TV, like the remote, the sensor thing that shoots the fucking laser is died.
Wow.
So I'm like, I can't, and I can turn on the TV, but you can't change it to
Paramount
Plus. So I had to go to the website on my phone because I wanted to watch in black and white. And if you go to the app directly, no black and white. So I had to go to the website and push it over to the app and you can watch it in black and white. So I'm sitting here watching on my phone. I'm like, that sounds like John Larroquette. And I had to, now I remember it was John Larroquette.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was better this time around, partly because I wasn't so fucking irritated based on prior episodes. It's nice watching these sporadic.
Yeah,
it doesn't help a lot, but it definitely helps.
Yeah, no, I was prepared to hate it, and I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. It wasn't like I was like, oh, fuck this show. I was just like, okay, whatever. Because the ending really made the point of stupidity. The ending, the very end, I was just like, what, really? This is the end?
Yeah.
Really? And did they set that up in the episode? Because I'm lost. Is that what happened? Okay, I think I missed that part.
The first thing he does when he takes office is give everyone the video games they want, and then he also they go, you have to get a physical, and he's like, no doctors. He's like, no more old doctors. Make that a law, and he yells at him. He's like, all right. I don't know how you enact that. It's a world without checks and balances.
It doesn't make any sense. That's why it's stupid. It's why it's kind of like, no, like even adult presidents who try that shit, it doesn't work because Congress would be like, no, we don't do that. Sorry.
Well, once you get into partisan politics, you're going to realize you can't do a damn thing as president.
No, you can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. No. It's called.
And this is the opposite of that.
Unless you do an executive order, which they didn't show him do, you can get that vetoed in the Senate if your party wasn't in charge. So I mean, he could do it, but you have to show the executive order and him going through. Again, that would make more sense if you had the kid party. Like then that would make sense because everything's executive order.
Congress.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like the Senate would pass everything he said because they're all kids, and so that would be like that would be scary as shit.
That is see, that's an actual terrifying.
That would be scary, and like just people are just so sick of everything. It's like fuck it, I'm gonna vote for kids now because fuck it. When they go to war, they die for us in war. Why can't they run shit? It's just like, oh god.
See that would be a scary episode watching them have that meeting in Congress where they're all just coming up with horrible ideas and watching it pass.
I don't like him because he called me shithead. Oh, he's dead. Let's just kill him. Kill him. It was like Lord of the Flies. It turns into that Lord of the Flies.
That's why Lord of the Flies is terrifying. Because
exactly,
anarchy.
Because they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what the consequences are, and that's the point. That's the whole point. And like they miss the boat on that. And I get because you know why? There's no good writers anymore. Television sucks. Like they try to say, "Oh, streaming's great." There's lots of great writers. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 of them, but the rest of them are shit. They're terrible. That's why movies are terrible. They're all horribly written.
If you're gonna have kids be evil, I want a fat kid kill the Rock. At least
the
Flies got that right.
The fat kid's evil, and they all kill the fat kid at the end. Either way, he could be the consciousness of the group. I don't think this is right. Fuck you, fatty, and they kill him. Or
don't think it's kill him in Lord of the Flies because they thought he ate the food.
No, I think they accidentally kill him because he's running and they throw a rock at his head. I think it was accidental.
Was it? Okay. I'm trying to remember why they killed him.
Because I think it was in the moment, and that's why it happened, because they're all out of control. And instead of like they throw a rock and they just break his head open or something like that. But like they throw a rock at him in the temple and that kills him. They don't realize that would kill him.
As the boys mistook him for a beast in their excitement, fear, and panic.
Okay, that's what it was. They hunted him. They thought he was okay. That makes sense.
It could be the book. I don't know. I didn't specify.
I'm sure it's the book. Yeah. Because the movie, I don't remember. Like, there's been multiple, versions, and I think the movie that I saw, they killed him by throwing a rock. I just remember a fat kid getting hit with glasses in his prep uniform, getting hit in slow motion with a rock, and like he falls down, and they go piggy, something like that. That's all I remember. And I get it confused with Return of the Blue Lagoon. Like Brooke Shields is in this?
A creepy ass movie.
Oh, it's awful.
I do get to watch the part of doing the Redux here. I need to start doing it for the 2019 is there's actual trivia now. There wasn't when we first did it.
Yeah.
So Oliver Foley's mother, Helen Foley, which I recognized immediately, is named after Rod Serling's favorite teacher. She previously served as the namesake of the protagonist in both Nightmare as a Child, one of my favorite episodes, and Twilight's in the movie It's a Good Life. They have a lot of shit in 2019 about Whipple. There's so much of that. It's in the original series. The robot one in season 5. You watched that one with us, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Is that the one where I would like it in a China cup?
No, that's Uncle Simon. Whipple's after that, though. I think
Whipple is the
robot, and the robot takes over his job.
Oh, is it the comedy one? It's like a comedy one.
Kinda, a little bit.
It's not the one where the machines take over and start to murder people.
What's that one?
Where the electric razor blade comes down the stairs.
Oh no, that's like season 1 or 2.
Right.
No, that's a Fear of Machines.
Yeah, because that's an old radio show. There's like an X-1 radio show like in the 50s where it's like, which I think is where they got the idea from, where it's like the garbage trucks, they're coming down the road, they're not stopping, they're taking over, and they just run everybody over in the city.
John Larroquette previously played a cult member of the Ku Klux Klan in the TZ movie.
Oh, that's right.
Time Out.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the spoiler ones. There's only 3 of them. The story focuses on a boy who has absolute power. A story of similar vein was the obviously It's a Good Life, in which a boy has vast mental power to shape reality and explores the consequences of said power when it not tempered with the wisdom to wield it judiciously. Right. It was then remade in the movie The It's a Good Life, and the aftermath. It just keeps going with the. Okay, so they made a lot of those. At the end, the next one is at the end of the tale. Raph Hanks was operated on by less than an experienced surgeon. That was because we already said this. Okay,
Raph.
This is pointless. John Cho's character, Raph Hanks, goes to work at the White House in this episode. In real life, John Cho's counterpart in Harold and Kumar, Cal Penn, actually worked for the White House.
He worked for the Obama administration. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Cal Penn. But oh shit! I just had a thought and I lost it. Oh my god!
He left house to go work for the White House.
He don't work and he don't work anymore. Jesus Christ! I haven't seen him in anything since. Bad career move, Kumar. You could have been doing Harold and Kumar 5 in space.
The daughter, Lily Foley, is Jacob Tremblay's actual sister.
Oh, if only it was Ethan Humbley's sister. Bro! But he's like, this is before he lost all his weight. He's still at 600 pounds.
Gained it back.
I'm the president. Whoa! And then it would become a frat boy comedy. It'd be a lot better.
The episode is a 5.1 overall.
That sounds about right.
2,900 views.
That sounds about right.
Ratings. It was a lot lower when we originally did it. I have to go back and listen to that episode. But
we're going to stop the beer tax, bro.
You're still going on with that, bro.
I want to be the sorority.
What do you say?
The sorority president, the sorority brother president. Not sorority. That's chick. Fraternity.
That'd be another party.
That'd be another. Yeah, it's the other party.
A bro party.
I'm so sick of those frat party.
I didn't realize it was a bro party, like I thought it was like a real party, so I signed up for it. Now I'm president anyway.
If a chick gets chin implants, they're free. We pay for it. Yeah,
dude.
Free fucking tubes tied and fucking vasectomies for all dudes. Yeah.
Every the third of every month is going to be dicks out for Harambe.
Right.
That's a national holiday every month.
That's an ancient joke. Harambe. I don't think anyone's talked about that in 15 years. I'm bringing it back, bro. Harambe's back.
People are still talking about it.
We're going to take out Coney. We're going to take out Coney the terrorist with Harambe, bro. Dicks out. Hashtag dicks out.
All the douchebag. It's like a guy who encapsulates all of douche bro history. Like that guy never aged out of it.
Oh no! Oh, it's like the Dorian Gray. He's just a frat boy that never aged. Oh god, that'd be amazing.
There's a Polaroid of a frat boy getting younger in an attic somewhere.
He keeps it in the book, though, the textbook. Yeah, as a college kid that he never opened.
Yeah.
Don't open that book, bro. No! And he turns into an old man and dies. Like Indiana Jones' Last Crusade.
His chest hair.
What's happening to me, bro?
The chest hair pops out because he waxes it and it falls off.
Oh, bro! This ain't right, man. This ain't tight. This isn't tight.
Oh, man. I'm 57.
Oh, no.
I remember partying at Daytona Beach with Pauly Shore.
1992.
Yeah.
Oh no! I remember Richard Carey on the set of Revenge of the Nerds in '84. No.
I suddenly have memories of my grandchildren.
Bro. No, bro. Don't repeal.
That's a much better episode than what we.
The beer tax. Get my bro some titties. Ugh. That's his last words.
This is kind of why I wanted to do the Redux ones, because I have a very different mindset this time around.
Yeah, it works.
I'm not as pissed off. It's
yeah, you gotta let it go.
Behind it.
And they canceled the show, so the damage is done. It's never coming back.
Problem is, season 2 is actually decent.
Right,
and it sucks.
You keep saying this.
We'll get to season 2 eventually.
Whatever.
You can watch them if you want.
I know it's there. This was on the bracket.
Oh yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I completely forgot. This was the winner. I just filled in some teams from the NBA playoffs and filled in some episodes. I mean to say.
Oh, okay.
And this was the Golden State Warriors, and they won. So this is this is our winner.
What a horribly arbitrary list of just random episodes. Oh man.
Well, I know I wanted to do 2019 one, so I just threw them on there because I usually do brackets for whatever sports things going on, and here we are watching this shit.
Sounds good. It works.
There are a couple of reviews I found. One of them is Den of Geek.
They probably loved it.
This is a lot of comparisons to It's a Good Life, presenting a satire in the public's cynical view of politics, the unusual role of public opinion, and the dangerous power of social media seems more like Black Mirror's territory. That is something I want to bring up. This feels like a shitty Black Mirror episode.
It is a shitty Black Mirror episode, yes.
Yeah. I don't get that show. I don't even want to read through this.
Which I felt like the next episode we watched was more Black Mirror too. The Comedian.
This one says from Vulture, the Twilight Zone recap. Kid Mander in Chief.
Oh no.
Oh, by Keith Phipps.
That doesn't make any sense because that's not what it's about.
A facile stab at political satire. Wunderkind, the 5th season of the revived Twilight Zone. The 5th season?
He's not a plant. He's not a plant from a foreign government, so that's the Mandarin. That doesn't work. I'm sorry. That
Commander in Chief.
No, he said what did he say? Say it again. The title of his headline, or the headline of the episode.
Kid Mander in Chief.
Kid Mander. Oh, I'm thinking of Manchurian Candidate. That's I thought too much about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They did not go that. I don't think this person's ever heard of that.
Oh God, no.
He called this the 5th season, not the 5th episode.
Okay, he's an idiot.
Often plays like it was built around the memes it might produce. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I just want to see what they think of it. This seems to have more opinion-based writing than the last one.
I think your best chance is to watch like YouTube people because I
don't want to watch YouTube though.
They make their cases and it's hilarious. Because sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong, but they're colorful about it, which is fun to watch. I love watching people's dreams collapse and they have to talk about it like therapy.
Wunderkind puts a pin in an inevitable destination that meanders its way toward it, which wouldn't be a problem if the meandering worked. Instead, it's filled with jabs at modern politics in general and the 2016 election and Donald Trump in particular. That is a lot of ands there, Keith. We're not done with that sentence. Donald Trump in particular, that makes most late night routines look incisive by comparison. End of sentence, finally.
My God.
That is all one sentence.
Run-on sentence, my God.
It also seems at war with itself. Written by Andrew Guest, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and directed by Richard Shepard, The Matador Girls. Its jokey moments clash with its ominous tone, though it scores some last-moment points with a truly dark final twist. The stabs at satire ultimately do it in. Or maybe it's its inability to compete with reality. Does the image of a child, this is the last sentence, does the image of a child growing increasingly unhinged while barking ridiculous orders in the Oval Office have the power to shock anymore?
Okay, please. Give me a break.
All right. But I agree with the parts where even as like a stab at Trump, it doesn't work.
No.
It's not. I would have been more pissed if they went way more in that direction of really making comparisons. Right. But the problem is they didn't do that, but also I'm thankful they didn't do that because watching better.
Yeah, that's what I was at first kind of like,
yeah.
But then I watched it and I was like, okay, they didn't go the full Megillah where we've been like they make the kid like do shit like that or something like that. Like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah, they kept it distant.
It was pretty subliminal.
Yeah, like I said, they went off that was clearly the genesis of the idea,
of course,
the episode. But then they kind of went in their own direction. I just wish they would have, like you were saying earlier, just focus more on one thing
Yeah.
Like how these generals become like.
Right, yeah.
We need a reason why, because right now it's just ridiculous. Like
if they were kids, it would make more sense if they were kid generals. Like everybody, like I said, like the kids' party. That would be way more interesting and way more scary. And it would just be like, ooh, this is where we've gone. We were just letting kids run. Because I mean, this is what happens in warlords have 12-year-old kids with AK-47s running around killing people. This happens in reality. So kind of make it a political stretch,
Yeah, or it can be an adult that gets elected president that shouldn't be president.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah,
corruption and like he turns out to be a monster who's just playing dumb and docile.
Well, they did that. They did that little movie called My Fellow Americans.
Yeah, there's a couple of them
where it wasn't Dan Aykroyd. It was the other guy,
James Gardner.
No, James Gardner and Jack Lemmon were attacked, and they found out that Dan Aykroyd's involved, but it was the vice president. Who was? I think it was John Hurd, who was the vice president. It was a dummy,
really,
and he's the one that says, "I fooled you all. I told you it was me. I did the planning. Now I'm president."
I haven't seen that since it was on like HBO when it first came out.
That's the last time I saw it, and I just fucking just came in my head because that's where my brain's at. It's a sad place.
A lot of good president movies that are like this, scary, like Dave.
I was going to mention
That's
Dave.
A terrifying movie.
I hate that movie so much.
They wouldn't acknowledge to the people that the president died, so they get his like doppelganger to cover for him.
And then Ving Rhames says, "I'll take a bullet for you, Dave." Like, thanks, Ving.
They don't make movies about presidents anymore that are about. I feel like the '90s had those like whimsical. Oh, is and those are gone.
What, The American President with Michael Douglas was a single dad.
Internet's chopping out. I can't hear a word you're saying. The internet's chopping out.
I said American President.
American President, yes. I'm trying to remember which one that is.
Dad, the single dad president who's going out with Annette Bening.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rob Reiner movie.
Yeah.
That's like 95, I think, or 94. Yeah. Shit.
See, all those movies are from that era because Dave came out like 94.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. But then now we got to be all cynical as shit about everything, so there's no joy allowed in movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we have to change.
Everything's gonna be so goddamn serious all the time.
Yeah, I'm sick of that. I want something fun and just funny, but no one wants to offend anybody.
But then my wife's like, "Why do you keep watching the same shows over and over?" Because like, It's Always Sunny's like super fucking light. I want to watch because I can just turn on anything and be depressed as shit. Like I don't want that.
Well, I rather watch Mystery Science Theater 3000 than anything else on TV.
Yeah,
like I'd rather watch a rerun of that and be happy.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Light.
It's time. It's timeless. They don't ever they never let you in on what year the show's on. Like it's kind of weird because you watch, you're like, wait, this was 1991. Holy shit! It's like, oh my god.
At the very end, which
like,
oh yeah, damn. That's why they try not to do any like specific jokes.
Yeah, and they're always
more timeless. Every once in a while, you'll hear one, and you're like, ooh.
Well, they'll have a dated political reference. They'll bring up like, oh, there's Newt Gingrich. Like, oh my god,
Ross
Perot, yeah.
Years.
Like, oh my god, I remember
me and you know who Ross Perot is.
Yeah,
like, anyone younger, literally anyone younger, is not going to have any idea.
Why did he talk about I love you more than twice baked potatoes? Liz, honey, you think you can lose some weight? No. Attack of the Leeches. That's a great one.
So, the Wunderkind.
I have 4.
Strange relationship. Definitely a 4. Because I went in, first thing I did was I loaded up the IMDb and I go 3. That's what I rated it before. And I'm like, I liked it a little more. And I bumped it up a star.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I didn't even grade it.
Oh, you just did.
I haven't. Well, no. I mean, on IMDb, I haven't graded the shows that I've watched. I never grade episodes. I only grade movies.
I'm curious if it has a low. I only do a score when we do it in the show.
Right.
Like I don't rate random episodes, but 6.8, 6.5.8, 5.8.
I should just to see how much garbage my brain has absorbed in the last 40 years.
Yeah. Wunderkind has a 5.1. The only episode that has a lower score in season 1 is Not All Men, which we did.
Oh, the comedy going on. The funny
I think I like Not All Men just a little bit more.
Oh, I do.
It works as a sci-fi and a horror episode a little bit. It's stupid as shit. The reasoning behind it.
Right.
And it's jaded and condescending as hell.
But it's funny. Just the way that the men are so over the top and ridiculous. That's
like
funny.
Barinholtz saves it from.
He does. It's hilarious. Happy birthday, love, or whatever.
And the fact that it ends.
Yeah.
It ends by saying, it even affects gay men.
Right.
But only the tops.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was like. What? Excuse me.
Okay. And I'm the okay. I thought you were trying to be PC as hell here. Yeah. Now you're okay. Oh man.
You fucking bottoms are just a bunch of pussies.
Yeah. There is another good episode in season 1, called the Blue Scorpion with Chris O'Dowd.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, that episode's good. Blurry Man, I can't wait till we do that one. That's the one I told you has got some shit in it.
It's good though, right? You said that one's probably the best one, or it's not the best one, or it's the worst one. Oh, great! Yes, thank you. Yes, please.
No, Blurry Man is in a different category. I can't put it with the rest.
All right,
you'll know when we get there in a long time.
All right,
but maybe I need to force that up on the list so we can do it because it is something.
Maybe shit.
Whew. All right, let's get out of here.
All right,
we're done with this. We're at 30 minutes exactly.
That's fine.
Close enough.
Good night.
Good night. No, where are we? You're in.
Good night, Frank. I thought Frank was going to be here, but he's not. Bye.
Yeah, he said he was going to. Maybe he's just skipping the 2019 because he can't watch it. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
if he asked. But anyway, until next time. In the meantime, wait, outro. I do have the Jordan Peele's outro. Let me get to that. Oh, I'm Phoenix West.
Yeah.
All right, and now let's hear Jordan Peele. We'll do that, I guess. So we have to go to 50, 37, 39.
Oh my god.
I'm almost there.
This was a short episode though, so I'll give it that much.
Yes.
It wasn't like an hour long.
Big help.
Yeah.
Society is a fragile ecosystem. Razzle and dazzle people with the right lies, and eventually they'll go blind to the madness right in front of their faces. Raph Hanks made a living selling the American dream. But once sold, he created a true nightmare that he couldn't buy back. Especially not here, in the Twilight Zone.
I do like the visual of, because they close the curtain on him and then it's like a circle.
Right, yeah.
George was walking again. I like that. That was cool. I know, it's like a weird stage play. I thought that part actually worked.
Right.
That's it. All right, bye.
That's good. Well, I've been watching movies from the 70s, like I've told you before. Watched Scarecrow the other day. Scarecrow's great. You gotta watch Scarecrow. Gene Hackman, Al Pacino.
You're going through like a Gene Hackman phase, aren't you?
That's also HBO Max. It's all Gene Hackman movies. A bunch of them are Gene Hackman movies. But he did them. I guess Gene Hackman and Al Pacino both say that's their favorite movie they did was Scarecrow. They said it's the best performances I think they've ever given. And I guess Gene Hackman was kind of an asshole on the set. And he said, Gene Hackman, I guess, is an asshole just in general.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a tough son of a bitch. But I think that's because he's got a lot he wanted to prove a lot.
Well, until he got to Clint Eastwood. He's like, shut the fuck up. Do your job.
And then Clint Eastwood's just like, you want to do whatever you want? Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool.
That works for me.
Can I fuck anyone here?
Is Clint Eastwood saying that?
Both of them. I'll make sure this recorded.
Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich.
That's perfect.
Love it. All right. And let's roll right into episode 2 here.
Why not?
We're recording. We got our background up. Let's hear a theme song and get this over with. Let's do, I don't know, this.
You're You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, dark territory.
I know she's not deaf or dumb or retarded or anything.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Samir Wassan is an artist of great principle. A man who refuses to compromise his beliefs for a cheap joke. But tonight, he felt the rush of the limelight for the first time. Now, he'll have to decide what really matters to him when the laughter stops, and how much he's willing to give to the Twilight Zone.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW Twilight Zone review, episode 392, 2019 Twilight Zones 101, The Comedian Redux, the first episode of this new series. I'm Phoenix West. Welcome. I'm just curious, off the bat, what did you think of this episode?
It was fine. I thought it was fine. Like, I wasn't amazed by it. It kind of aggravated me a couple of spots. I just thought it was stupid. He's been a comedian for 5 years. He doesn't realize that his opener joke sucks, and he uses the same joke every time he's on stage.
Yeah.
So it's like, wouldn't you figure that out like within week 3 that that's a bad idea?
Or
like,
especially because the girl in the episode keeps telling him that joke sucks, and then so does everyone else.
And every time he started to do anything, like, it just he wasn't funny. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It was terrible. So he wasn't a good comedian to begin with.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
But I loved that girl in this episode, the other comedian. She's a lesbian in this episode, but the first time you see her when she's at low, she's hot. She's just so hot. And she goes, "You gotta suck my vagina." I was like, "Oh my god, yes, please, more." Let's have more of her in this episode.
Okay, this is the first episode. So when this came out, I was like, all right, new Twilight Zone. All right, what are we doing here? And she's like, well, your fucking shitty jokes up there, you piece of fucking shit, and suck my clit and suck my vagina. And I'm like, what is happening?
I was like, what? I was kind of like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you had a couple under your belt already because you're not. Like we did.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay. And by the end of the episode, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Right.
Especially once he gets on stage, because I'm in the comedian mindset thinking about like that. And I'm like, they're going to talk like that in real life. It is what it is. But yeah, I agree. He keeps doing the same thing over and over. And that's part of his terrible stage presence in this episode.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, I love this episode. I really do. I like when it's the simple little story and it's not like this, like that spaceship one. I don't not like that episode, but like I don't need space. I like the little contained little story,
right?
And it doesn't go too far.
It's very simple. It's almost it's got that moral at
almost
the end.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's like there's a moral, and it's like he gives up fame because he screwed everything up so badly that he's just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, he gave up himself.
Yeah.
He gave himself this final sacrifice. And my only real complaint is he doesn't really feel like he deserves what he gets.
Again, I was going to say, this is one of those episodes you hate, because I thought like this is the unnecessary universal hate episode where the guy gets punished, the ultimate punishment. And did he really deserve it? Because honestly, did he really deserve this? Not really.
No, it doesn't. When it has those endings, it doesn't make me hate the episode. It makes me like it a little less. Like, it depends. It really depends on the situation. This one, it does make me like it a little bit less, because he should have been a total asshole,
right?
But instead, his girlfriend's supportive. They clearly have a great relationship in the beginning,
right?
She's not like, she doesn't feel drained by him until he starts taking away things that make her more independent, like her professor dude that helped her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then therefore now she's working at a restaurant like Linda Hamilton, the beginning of Terminator.
She's working at some fucking awful diner.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how did you go from a lawyer to being a waitress at a diner?
It's I guess because her mentor wasn't around.
I guess in
a certain amount of time you have to
which is fine. Yeah. I mean,
I get it.
I get it. It'd be even better if she worked at like the thrift store. Like she worked at a fucking. She's selling dead woman's shoes to Helen Mirren, and that's what her job is.
Or she's like, I'm not a lawyer. She's blowing a dude in an alleyway.
Oh!
He's like, oh my god,
this is awful. You're my pimp. No. This is sick.
In the ending, there are some things I don't like in the ending where everyone's laughing at his jokes.
That's what
why isn't
me. No, she was too though.
No, before that, when she walks into the room and she's like, "I found your journal." She's not laughing, but she should be.
She did laugh though as it went on. They did cut her. She was laughing.
Yeah, but she should have been laughing that entire time. She shouldn't have been able to interrupt him like that.
Right. Well, that's the crux. That's why he does what he. That's why the episode ends.
But
again,
he should have had a meaningful look at her.
Right. Because her saying that kind of took me out of the episode. It's like, oh, this is goofy. Why would she do that?
That part bothers me a little bit.
It's like, oh, I found your act. Oh, that's how that works. Yeah, that's how that works. It's a joke book, so kind of write jokes in a book. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I made this reference when I first watched this and reviewed it. It is whoever wrote this definitely watched Death Note, because if you ever watched Death Note, the anime, it's one of the few things I've ever watched that are anime. Only because I found out what the plot was. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Kid gets like a weird superpower. If he writes someone's name down, they die.
Well, Netflix did it as a live action.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the live action one either. I guess Willem Dafoe is in it.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's Death Note, I think.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I forget the guy's name. He's like this floating dude.
I'm William Dafoe. Hey. Peter Parker.
Hey. Oh.
No.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I didn't think about that.
But it's clearly aping off of that storyline where he says it out loud.
Right.
And you mentioned it in the last episode that we did for Wunderkind. You mentioned this is kind of like a Black Mirror episode.
A little bit.
And I don't disagree, but there's not really a technology factor here or a dystopia factor here.
Yeah.
This actually I do feel like is a good Twilight
episode. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it makes sense. Because
you got the guy who's bargained for too much and can't and morally can't go on with it, and I feel like that's very Twilight.
And I did love that shot of Tracy Morgan at the end. I'll give you everything you wanted, and he's all the smoke, all the vape smoke behind him. He's like laughing at him. Come on,
and they do a good job because he's like they do a close up and they cut to her for four frames. It cuts back to him, and he's got so it doesn't make sense. Like they do a good job of that. Tracy Morgan's really good in this episode.
But he's barely. I thought he'd be in it more. He's in the beginning, it's in the end, and that's really about it.
No, that's classic Twilight Zone. You got to have the inciting incident, and then he shows up for the cleanup, and that's it.
Yeah, I thought Coda was in Night Gallery longer than this.
He plays J.C. Wheeler.
Yeah, J.C. I guess that's supposed to be a famous comic. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Like, you're J.C. Wheeler.
I think it's supposed to be like a Dave Chappelle type thing.
Right, but you never see him do stand. So is he even real to begin with?
Yeah,
because he never does stand up. He's just there.
So that's kind of what I like about it is they don't explain anything about him. So it's all in your head. So my version of it is he got super famous and started giving things up on his own and kind of took over the mantle of whoever gave him this power, and now he does that. Right, kind of like a game of pool type episode.
The Ring. We have to show the video. You have to make a videotape and send it to someone else. I'm sorry. It Follows. It's more of an It Follows.
Yeah,
where he has to bang somebody, but instead of banging him, he gives them comedy notes.
Well, I don't think it passes them on to them entirely. I think it's like an Angel of Death type situation where he gives. Now I'm going to give the people because that was my penance for accepting this. Now I have to do it because I didn't sacrifice myself, sort of thing. Now he has to do it, just like a game of pool. Jack Klugman finally beats Jackie Mason on that episode now, and then he's like, "Aha, I beat you," and then he doesn't realize he takes over for him in the afterlife.
Oh,
and that's the whole thing. Is now he's the guy that
yeah.
So it's kind of that's how I envision this. Is JC Wheeler is this guy now, and maybe if Samir didn't do that in the end, if he just kept riding that out, Samir would have
taken over JC. Yeah, you're Samir.
he would have gotten more and more successful, just like JC Wheeler did, and then had to go hiding because he's nothing left in his life to talk about.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. You're Samir. You were in the Eternals that nobody watched.
Yeah. You
got
killed
buffed out.
He's also. I also saw him in. He's in Boba Fett. No, he's in not Boba Fett. The other one, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he's in Obi-Wan. Yeah, he's in Obi-Wan for about 2 minutes.
Can I talk about Obi-Wan real quick? Because I watched that whole show.
Yeah.
So pointless. So pointless. The last episode was awesome, though.
Yeah.
Other than that, fucking, I hated watching it. It was a miserable experience because the camera is just like.
Yeah, a lot of people.
What is going on?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a movie and it became a show. That's what I think the problem was.
I'm fine with handheld, but the problem is, don't get someone with. Why is Michael J. Fox holding the fucking camera? It is. I was literally going like this at points. We're like,
what if the DP did have the shakes?
Well, then don't make him a DP. Well, he could be a DP.
I own the camera. God damn it! That's my job.
Like if you told me that cameraman was drunk, I still would have said, why was he moving so much then?
I didn't notice that at all. I really didn't. I didn't
go back when they're in the caves. Anytime they're inside, the cameras are close. It's
was it? Okay.
And I'm like, God, I'm watching on like my 65-inch TV, and I'm like, God.
I think I watched that show when it premiered in the morning, so I just woke up like 6 o'clock in the morning and watched it when it was on. So maybe that's why I wasn't fully. I was just like waking up, watching it. Okay.
Here's how I know how bad it was. I would notice like that. You would notice that stuff. I look over at my wife, and she's going,
oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is bad. Then
it's bad, yeah.
She doesn't really notice it. Like I see camera shadows, like cameraman. And she's like,
right, yeah.
What? You're like, but
there's the crew. The reflection.
She was doing the like it makes you nauseous.
It's like watching Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch, at least I knew why it was shaking.
Exactly.
This, but I have no. Anyway, the comedian. As with the last episode, looking at trivia here on IMDb for the first time. After Samir's first successful entertaining set, it can be seen the dummy from the original Twilight Zone episode, The Dummy, lying in the dressing room, blah, blah, blah. A lot of that sort of shit.
A lot of that, Easter egg bullshit.
Yeah, they also mentioned Denton. So the new Twilight Zone, Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone mentions Denton a lot, the name Denton. They mention Whipples a ton. Everything has the brand name Whipples on it. Oh, okay. Can we talk about this? Because I fucking hated this aspect of this episode. An apostrophe, in addition to being a punctuation mark, is also a speech directed to someone who is dead or not present. Remember the whole apostrophe shit with that kid, his nephew?
Right, yeah.
It's funny because it's possessive and it's gone, so it's like saying, "Oh, it's down with his Eddie," and I'm like, I don't understand anything you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I was like, oh, really?
I want to go back and dissect it, but it's just going to piss me off.
Well, he disappeared, little bastard. You made a kid disappear, so it's all right.
Good.
But then he came back at the end, so it doesn't matter.
You know what I did like about the episode is when he makes the kid disappear and goes home and sees his girlfriend with the guy, he's like kind of freaking out. And like he was here and he made fun of my sweater or something like that.
Yeah.
But they don't go too far with that where he's just freaking the fuck out and she's like, oh my God, calm down, Samir. He's just like, oh, don't think I'm crazy. And they have like a little sweet moment there. And I'm like,
right, yeah.
Grounded. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then her mentor comes into the room.
Comedy is hard. I'm in your bathroom when you're in your space. How are you?
You're having a conversation as a couple, huh? Yeah. I'm sorry.
What does your pussy taste like? What? What is this? Jesus. Yeah, no, it was fine, and I like the little the build up. Like the dog was at first, like it just slowly builds. Like the dog, he tells the jokes on the dog. Where's the dog? Oh, we don't have a dog, Samir. What are you talking about? We don't have a dog, and then that's when things start to get weird. And then he just kind of
remember. Oh, the dog, yeah.
Yeah, that's the beginning. But it's that that gradual slippery slope where he just keeps going, and he starts going after people like he didn't like in high school. He goes after people he didn't like in college. And but again, that was the thing that I thought was kind of silly. It's like he didn't really make it a comedic act. It's just like him telling the truth about these people and they disappear. It's like if they would have made it more funny, it would have been better. Where it's just him saying, "He's a murderer." They all laugh. I know, right? He's a murderer.
Okay. Frank brought up the same point, and my counterpoint to that was it's not supposed to be funny.
It's just there. This is the point.
No matter what he says, because he has this curse now. No matter what he says, people are laughing. Not even.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's kind of the point. That's why he's just saying names at one point, and they're laughing.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, he does go for that. Starts naming names. They're all laughing hysterically.
That was him realizing.
I'll tell you about myself.
It doesn't matter what I say. I'm just literally saying names, and he starts to get all frantically. He's coked out.
But then he says his own name and he disappears, and everybody still laughs. So it's like they're not. It's not reality at that point because he disappeared, and everyone's not reacting to it. So it wasn't bad. I mean, I'd give it like probably a 6. I think it's a 6. I'd go that low.
I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that high.
Stick with it.
I thought it was fine. There was nothing amazing. I mean, it was fine. If this was like the best of the best, I'm not looking forward to the rest. But like it was fine. It wasn't terrible.
This is my second favorite episode of season 1.
Yeah. It was the Topher Grace one season 2?
Season 2.
Okay.
That's season 2.
No, I didn't see the Nightmare on 30,000 Feet. I shouldn't watch that one.
That's my favorite one. Yeah, we already did a Redux. You should watch that one.
Yeah, because that one is just basically the episode, right? It's just a redone.
Yeah. No. I didn't mean to say yeah. No, they completely change it. There's no gremlin. There's nothing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's completely different.
Yeah, it's completely different. Other than kind of plain. You have 10,000 more feet of excitement. In the original episode.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first Twilight Zone ever to have the F word. Here's a. I meant to bring this up earlier because I was talking about it's a classic Twilight Zone, but it is. This is practically a remake of Rod Serling's Night Gallery "Make Me Laugh" episode.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that.
Released in '71. That was directed by Spielberg. We did that episode before.
That was directed by Spielberg.
Yeah.
Really?
The episode has some parallels with the Twilight Zone, The Card, or The Junction. We watched The Card. I guess it has parallels. Remember The Card? We have a clip for it.
Oh, is it the credit card from the 80s?
Yeah, the credit card.
Oh, because her family kept disappearing when she kept studying the card. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's so loud.
Yeah.
It is so loud.
Nothing I can do about that. Already saved.
The card! Look at me, you whore!
Did I save? I thought I have a new clip. Oh, I finally got this clip.
Yeah! Ken?
That's funny.
Finally got it.
Oh my god, Ken.
Wow. After we stopped recording last time, I was like, fuck, I'm going to get these ready. And I got that and some ones that you're talking about.
I'm glad that's saved in the old,
old
memory banks.
We got that at whatever we want. Just go to Ken. Ken's out in the field doing news. Ken?
Yeah! It's so ridiculous.
If I wanted to break these headphones, I would do that.
They're so loud. That's such a loud moment in the movie, which I've never seen. I've only seen the trailer. I don't think I could never ever sit and watch that movie on television. There's no way.
I would say I expected to be bored, and I was like, it was well done for what it was.
Right? Yeah, that's what I hear.
The problem is what it was is stupid, but it was well done. Well done, stupid.
Just like that awful movie I watched with Clint Howard, 1982, where he's a chubby little military school boy who gets accosted by these jocks, and he turns to Richard Mole, a Satanist priest who's long dead, and he attacks everybody with pigs. And he floats with a sword.
Makes sense.
Watch Shudder. Yeah, get Shudder. Shudder's great. It's like $4 a month. They got the most random movies on there. A lot of new movies. They get like 2022 releases. Like they got a lot of new stuff. Like that movie done on Red Letter Media, The Watcher or whatever, with that girl from It Follows, the new one that she's in. That's on Shudder. That looks pretty good. I need to watch that one next.
I'm reading the trivia.
But I'm diving into the guy that did the new Hellraiser movie. He's a good director. I like his stuff. I just saw one of his movies the other night. It was actually really good. It's on HBO Max.
Does it have a name?
The Night House with Rebecca Hall.
Oh, I did watch that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I was like, oh, okay.
Is that the one where it's like the other house reversed?
Kind of. She finds it.
Husband has that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did like that movie.
Ends up being a serial killer, but it's because it's not him. It's this demon that followed her forever. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It was pretty good. Okay, that's fun. Yeah. He did another one that's on, I think, or I don't know if Amazon has it or Netflix. I can't remember, but he did another movie. Oh, The Ritual. That's on Netflix. He did that one too.
Is that any good?
I don't know. I'd see that one next.
Okay.
Because I want to watch this. I want to watch his films before I watch Hellraiser or Heckraiser from Joe Hoskins. Heckraiser.
You're not sleepy enough to tell that joke.
Heckraiser.
During his final set, Samir mentions the name Torrance 3 times. This reference foreshadows the final reveal of Samir appearing in the mural on the brick wall, which is much like how Jack Torrance appears in the picture of the wall.
I get it.
Shining. During Samir's first set, he jokes about a plane crashing into the Atlantic Ocean, foreshadowing the events of the next episode, Nightmare at 3,000 Feet.
Well, spoiled that episode. Great. Thanks, guys.
It's mentioning a plane is the point. Yeah, what does this one have? This one has a 6.2.
It's got to be the highest rated one of all of them, right?
No.
Oh.
This one is a 6.2. Let's go back to season 1. Good, thank you, IMDb. 6.2. Nightmare at 30,000 Feet is 6.8.
Okay.
Replay 5.8. A Traveler 5.8.
Traveler's so boring.
It's not a bad episode, but it is way too long.
It's way too long. That's the problem.
You got Greg Kinnear going crazy, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Wunderkind 5.1. 6 Degrees of Freedom 6.1. Not All Men 4.9. Point of Origin we haven't done 5.2. Blue Scorpion 6.3. Blurry Man 5.9. Then let's go to season 2 here. Meet in the Middle 7.3.
Wow, that's a big leap.
Time 6.4. The Who of You, my favorite episode, 7.4.
Huh.
Ovation 5.4. Among the Untrodden 7.0. 8 is an episode called 8. 5.6. It's got Joel from Tuck Soup. What the fuck why am I blinking on his last name?
Joel McHale. Yeah.
And it is so goddamn funny how stupid it is. It is it's Alien. It's a remake of Alien pretty much, but it's so fucking stupid.
Wow.
A Human Face 5.7. A Small Town 6.8. I also really enjoyed that episode. Try 6.8. You might also like the worst episode of all 20 episodes, 4.5.
Is that the one with the octopuses?
No, that's 8 with Joel McHale.
Oh, 8 is the octopus one. Okay.
Yeah, get it? 8.
Right.
You might also like is the remake, the sequel of To Serve Man that Oz Perkins made, and that's fucking awful.
I thought we saw that one. Did we not see that one?
No, we're doing that at the end of the year.
Oh, speaking of Oz Perkins, I did had some inside information about his father, Anthony Perkins. So apparently, Anthony Perkins was a homosexual for most of his adult life until he made a movie called Judge Roy Bean with Paul Newman, and Victoria Principal was her first movie, and he had an affair with her. And I guess that led him into the arms of another woman, and he had his son, Oz Perkins. He's died of AIDS. When he died, he had AIDS, so I guess he didn't stop going back to man, but he was with women. I don't know. But Victoria Principal, I get she was hot. She was good looking, but she was able to turn a gay man straight for a minute. That's pretty powerful sexuality right there.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't touch a vagina. Oh, who are you? Shit. Oh shit, you win. I defer.
This is from TrekMovie.com. The burden of carrying this episode rests on the shoulders of Kumail Nanjiani, and he does a great job. All the actors do. The other standout being Diara Kilpatrick and as D.D. Stone, his rival comedian. Yeah. Kudos also to Tracy Morgan, blah, blah, blah. But the episode does lag a little, perhaps because of the seasoned sci-fi Twilight Zone general TV viewers likely to see the path of this story the minute Samir asks Rena where the dog is.
Right.
And I don't disagree, but also, you see that happens a lot. You know it's going to happen. It all depends on what happens from there. And I like watching it, but apparently more than most people. So whatever. You're all wrong.
I hate you all.
It does help that Camille is one of my favorite comedians too.
Yeah, well, that's probably why. You have a soft spot.
I do.
Soft spot for that man.
This is from Den of Geek. The entire episode is a great tale of caution for aspiring stand-ups. Minding your life for personal material can be great, but also become at the expense of meaningful relationships. Which, clearly.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Constantly detailing the issues with every marriage for an adoring audience. Don't be surprised if your spouse doesn't find the humor in the oversharing. Blah, blah, blah. Keeps going. I'm looking for any opinions on it. This is more what I want to do. The community is the exact sort of morality tale as the Twilight Zone has always excelled at, with offering fresh commentary about the comedy world and audiences assuming ownership over the artist's work. Director Owen Harris, who also worked on the similar anthology series Black Mirror, there you go, is able to make the dark shadows of the comedy club or an empty apartment feel creepy, and the shots from the stage of the bored audience all staring at their phones really puts you in the shoes of the bombing comic.
Oh, that's another problem I had though, is when it's revealed that his girlfriend is working at a pork restaurant.
Yeah,
Whistling Pig or whatever, and they still have the same apartment, which I didn't buy.
Yes,
I was like, wait a minute, that apartment is like $10,000 a month.
There's talked about that.
Yeah, I thought that was goofy.
Some things I'm not bringing up because I know we talked about it.
Okay, because that was the one thing that took me out of there. I was like, wait a minute, it'd be better if he came like he's a shithole apartment, like a studio, where it's just like there's a computer on a cinder block desk. You're just like, oh my god. That'd be awesome.
What was that other episode we did with that homeless guy and he pulls the gun on the other guy and he swaps with him?
Oh, yeah, it's Twilight Zone 85.
85, yeah.
Where the guy, he was, he goes, I'm gonna buy that, whatever it was called, that
he bought the shelter
house. Yeah, I bought the shelter. That was a terrible episode.
Yeah.
You killed my daddy.
But it's that it's not really that similar to that. It just kind of reminded me of it for some reason right now.
No, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's similar.
Some morality tale that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it. It was good.
One is a little weird.
I enjoyed it.
Whatever.
It was better than the other episodes.
Yeah, season 1 is weak. And the first 2 episodes are good, and then it's just like, and you got a little blue scorpion peeks it back up a little bit.
Well, it's that the Twitter blue check people destroy.
Yeah,
it.
In season 2, they're like, oh fuck that, we're not. People hated that.
Let's get those people out of here. Let's get those writers out of here.
Yeah, and season 2, they're just like, oh, let's tell a sci-fi story.
Yeah,
an interesting sci-fi, and so it's the season 2 isn't all amazing. I do like try a lot, the one that we did.
Yeah.
But there's first episode is the Who of You. No, Meet in the Middle is the first episode. That one's really good, and so is the Who of You. That one's fucking excellent. Like I put that up there with like some of my favorite original series, Twilight Zone. And then a small town is also pretty good, pretty solid. I like my story small.
Yeah.
And season 2 is a lot more true to Twilight Zone.
Right.
But anyway, let's get out of here. Outro. Let's find the outro from Jordan Peele. Where is this? Any parting words of wisdom while I pull this up?
Ken, behind you. Ah! Sorry.
So you're into her, the comedian Dee Dee. I'm into Samir's girlfriend.
She was cute too, but there's something about that Dee Dee where she's just like, suck my vagina. I was like, oh, please continue. I was just like, oh my god, she's hot. And she was had that little. She was like she was like wearing that low cut outfit, and I was like, oh yeah, sassy.
Did you notice this is the same bar just redecorated that they use in Wunderkind?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's in a few episodes.
Yeah, I mean,
you notice that in season 1.
Yeah, it's cost. You gotta cut costs.
It's adorable though. Why is it?
That's fine.
I move my screens around a little bit, so StreamYard's up here, and I have everything else operating right here. Just because I have these giant monitors right here now, because I swapped them out, but so everything's throwing me off.
Oh my God!
All right, let's do the outro.
I saw Katherine Heigl down there.
Mir Wassan learned the hard way that sometimes getting everything you want means losing everything you love. And after finally finding himself on the verge of becoming somebody, he chose instead to once again be a nobody.
Loser.
In the end, Smear's final encore is a show you can only buy a ticket to in the Twilight Zone.
There you go. You notice as well in season 1, when you watch them in order, everything is shot the same way and everything looks the same. Everything's blue as shit. And it's you'll see it later on.
Michael Mann's Twilight Zone.
No, Michael Mann knows how to direct. They all look like they're in the exact same spots, except for a couple episodes.
Okay.
Anyway, until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Dig ticket.
So long, citizens.
Ken?
I had
That's so loud. That's kind of frightening. If you're like driving and listening to the podcast, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh my God!" and swerve. Be safe.
It's like Ken. You're gonna be bloody.
Ken, don't put your hand in that blender.
We're ending the broadcast now. Oh, I didn't mention what we're doing next time. Oh well.
It's fine.
Oh, since we're still on the broadcast.
Oh,
next time, not until October 14th, the Arrival Redux and the Jeopardy Room Redux, 2 original series episodes.
Oh, that'll be the original October when?
14th.
Oh, okay, that's not that far away.
No, we got a couple weeks with different shows.
Yeah, there you go.
And now I'll stop the broadcast.